Whoops, LinkedIn, you're not approved. That's fine. All right. Good evening, guys. We're going to wait for a few minutes as Facebook allows, notifies y'all so that y'all can. I'm sorry, I'm adjusting this. It wasn't quite right. All right, there we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. How's everyone doing today? Or this evening, rather. How's everyone doing? We hope that you're well. Forgive me for looking away from the screen, but we got a few different things we're looking at here. You jamming? All right. We're going to wait just a few more moments. Oh, there we go. All right. We're going to give y'all just a few more, a little bit more time here. There we go. All right. All right. All right, guys. All right. All right. We're going to get started here. Do us a favor as you hop in. Let us know where you're tuning in from and drop your city, your state, or however. Just drop a name so we can, properly greet you. And, share this video with someone. It could be helpful and useful. So we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Marlise.
And my name is Brent.
And we are the KWL Empowerment Strategists. So guess what? We are here to empower you. We're here to inspire you to, do something different, enter into something new. And, right now I'm trying to do a live. We're trying to do a live, right? We had already put the kids in the bed, and we have one here that just, she wanted to come down. I'm not really sure. Yes, ma'am. All right. It's all right. Come say hi to the people since you're up now.
Hi.
Say good evening.
Good evening.
Say good night.
Good night.
All right. Forgive us for that. But, sometimes, kids will be kids.
Yes.
But tonight, as you can see from the topic, we are getting ready to talk about, do you believe? Do you believe?
Do you believe?
And you may be trying to figure out what is it that they are talking about. But you know what? It's so interesting how God gives us these titles when we're in the midst of doing something, or we might be doing something else, or we might be talking about something, or it could even be from our children. And this is how we kind of come up with these topics. You got something else, yeah?
No, we can just jump
Just
right
hop
on in.
right on in. All
just letting you know that we are, as we shared earlier, empowerment strategists, where we promote hope that is helping other people elevate. So we hope that the information that we share on tonight will be able to help you to be able to elevate in your life, and to be able to take this information, and that it will be an encouragement for you in whatever area that you find yourself at, and that you will take this information and be able to use it, be able to find some strength from it, be able to find some encouragement and inspiration from it. So we're going to jump into, I let my wife go ahead and elaborate. She kind of presented this topic. I mentioned it a little earlier, and I think she grabbed it and said, that's something that she felt that we could talk a little bit more about. So I'll let her elaborate a little bit more on that.
All right. And just to piggyback off of what he said, these are things that we want you to apply, because guess what? Applied knowledge is powerful. You have to apply it. Knowledge is not just powerful, but applied knowledge is powerful. So we're going to be talking about, do you believe? And what does believe mean? What does believe mean? And so it means to have the faith or confidence in the truth of something. To have the faith and the confidence in the truth of something. And many of you may know, you may not know, but we are believers of God. We are Christians. We love God, and so we do have to share or implement and share with you some different scriptures that can further expound on what it is that we're going to share with you during all of our sessions. So we may pop in a scripture or two, and so we want you guys to just apply it. And so I begin to think about what is it to believe? And there's a lot of things that you can believe in. And again, that is just the faith and the confidence in the truth of something. And so, in the Bible, in Hebrews, it talks about it is impossible to please God except that you believe. So the only way that really we can be pleasing to God is if we believe. So that means when we believe in something, we got to know with faith that it's going to work, or whatever we're praying for, it's going to happen. And it says in Matthew 21, whatever you ask in prayer, you will receive it if you have faith. Faith. So we got to have faith. We got to believe. We got to know that these things are going to come to pass. So that means so a lot of what we're going to be discussing, a lot we talk about business. So in business or in your finances, if you say that you believe that something's going to happen, guess what? Then that means you got to stick to that. You got to be consistent in what it is that you are believing God to do for you. But see, what happens a lot of times is we as people, we are the ones that change in that. So for instance, we were talking earlier, and we know a lot of people that start a lot of things. They start a lot of things, and in the beginning, when you start something, you might feel like, oh yes, like this is definitely it, or this is getting ready to work for me. And we get all of this built up excitement about something, because guess what? When we seen what it is that we're looking at, or we started using whatever it is that we're going to use, we at that point believe that it was going to work for us, right? But see, what happens is that there are some things that come in your life to test if you really believe. So like it could be some hardships, it could be trials, it could be anything. Like it could be distractions, it could be people, that that if you are believing in something and you feel like this thing is going to work for you, but you know a lot of people that might come and they might say, oh, you shouldn't do that because that's not going to work, or I did that years ago and that didn't work. But it didn't work for them doesn't mean that it's not going to work for you. And see, what happens is we lose that belief, and we stop being consistent in the thing that we once believed. And so, we have to get in a place where it doesn't matter what people say. If it's something that we believe in, we got to stick to that belief. You got to stick with what you said, because guess what? In all things, God never changes. His word shall not return to him void. So if he told you he was going to do something, then guess what? He's going to do it. He's waiting to see what it is that you're going to do to help yourself in that thing until he starts to do or opens up what it is that he's trying to do for you or through you. You got something to add?
Yeah, I wanted to share the power of belief resides in um, it's in our ability to be able to understand four things is that belief creates vision, belief creates strength of will, and belief creates resilience, and belief ignites in it and it activates. See, the power of belief often empowers the highest level of performance, and performing with belief is a critical factor for achieving success at anything in life, whether it's sports, whether it's business, whether it's school, whether it's family, friends, neighbors, and communities. All are impacted by our belief. So what you believe drives what you do, and what you do determines what you achieve. So when your belief is strong enough, what it does is it drives you in order to be able to do, and what you do determines what you're going to achieve. So when my belief is strong, my performance will be smarter, it will be better, and it will be with greater resilience, because this is it's true whatever you do, like I say, whether you're playing sports, athletics, education, personal relationships, because what I believe or what you believe, it empowers us or it can limit us. So our belief can either push us forward or it can hold us back. And that's one of the things is that I was kind of sharing earlier. And as my wife was saying, we can have such an excitement or such a zeal at the beginning stages of something, but what you believe will basically determine what you are going to achieve, especially when the turbulence of life begins to come your way. Are you going to still keep pushing, or are you going to give up, or are you going to draw back? Or do you have enough belief in what you have or what you're doing inside of you in order to cause you to keep going forth with the strength, with the momentum that you need, even when it seems tough or it seems rough, or when it seems as though these obstacles have come and presented themselves to you. What are you going to do to get around them, or to be able to reach your highest level of performance? There has to be a level of belief that's going to cause you to still move forward so that you can perform at your highest level.
That's good. That's good. And so you know what? That's why I really believe that belief, believing, and consistency, all those things mesh together. They go together, because once you believe, then guess what? You got to begin to be consistent in what it is that you're believing. Prime example, I do homeschool with my children. And so our oldest daughter, she was having some testing today, and she started to get a little discouraged. And I had to explain to her, Mommy and Daddy believe in you, but you have to believe that you can do it. You have to know within yourself that you know enough that you can get through this test. And I had to encourage her that you can do all things, because the Bible says we can do all things through Christ who gives us the strength. And so you have to get to a point where it doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter how hard it's going to get. I'm not giving up, because guess what? If this is something that God showed you, or this is something that he put in your path to do, then guess what? It's going to come to pass. But sometimes we have to go through a process or a journey to get to the other side. We gotta get through. And sometimes that may be through a test. Maybe a test comes to prove what you said is what you're gonna do. So we could say we believe in something or we're going to be consistent in this. And then guess what? Something will come to test that. Something will come to test that. Prime example, working out. If you say that you're going to work out for this amount of time every day, and then you have things that come up in life, are you going to still be consistent to stick to what you said, even if you may have to adjust your time and in doing what you do? I remember we started working out. We were working out in the mornings, and this was like back at the beginning of summer. We were working out in the morning every morning, and we were getting our workouts in, and we were doing everything. But then we had to adjust our schedules because we had some things we had to, change around. And so we changed those things around, and now it was trying to figure out how are we going to be consistent and still working out and getting our time in. And then we ended up having to do workouts when he went on lunch, and then we started doing little workouts at night. You got to find a way to get it done. It doesn't matter what comes up. You got to find a way, because we all say that there's just not enough time. But realistically, we have the time. It's just about how we're managing the time that we have. So are you sitting down watching? Now, I know we all like the Steelers, but are we sitting down watching the Steelers for 2 hours? Or out of that 2 hours, can we take 5 to 10 minutes and be consistent in the thing that we said we were going to be consistent in? And I want to share this. It's almost similar to the scripture I said earlier, but this one is in Matthew, and it says, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it." So that means God's already telling us we already received it. But see, sometimes we as people, we're trying to see it like in front of us right now. And sometimes it don't work like that. Like, we got to see it before we actually receive it. We got to see it. We got to envision it in our mind that whatever we said that we're going to do, or whatever we said we're going to have, we can see it. Like, we can see it. Like, we got it. Like, man, this is true, guys. I have been praying about my student loans for years. Like, for years, maybe 10 years. I've been praying about these things. Listen, long story, not going to get into that. But I have student loans. Yes, I'm on a deferment plan, and I'm making payments and all these different things. But I believe that it is not the will of God that we struggle with certain things. And so my prayer has been, Lord, somehow remove them, eliminate them. So somehow I know that you're able to do this. And how I know you're able to do this is another person that we fellowship with in ministry began to share a testimony about how God eliminated their student loans. Like, one day they had loans, and then the next moment when they called, the loan company couldn't even find their name in the system. Like, there was nothing for them. And so I said, okay, God, because God is not a respecter of person. If you did it for this person, God, I know you could do it for me. And guess what? I'm being strong in my belief about that. And yes, it has been 10 years, but guess what? In the Bible, the woman with the issue of blood, she suffered with that thing for 12 years. 12. So, I mean, I guess I'm coming up on, Lord, I know you did this. So I'm being consistent. My thought process has not changed. It doesn't matter how long I'm still paying on. It doesn't matter how, even if the payment increases, guess what? My belief is still going to stay the same. It's still going to be consistent with what I know that God is able to do. And so we have to believe. We got to believe. We can't even allow people or family to distract us from what it is that we're believing in. You can't let things, trials, or anything come up against, because there's so many things that can come up against what it is that you're trying to do. Prime example, we are in business. We teach financial literacy. We are showing people strategies that can help you go in your finances, that can help you keep more of your money, that can help you learn how to invest, how to get or increase your credit score. But guess what? If we look at all the people that we've ever signed up and all the people that have quit in that time frame, yeah, you can easily get discouraged when you start to look at all the negatives. But now what you got to begin to do is not look so much at the negative, but look at all the good things that are happening. Guess what? We're using the strategies for ourselves, because right now what we're doing is we build in a testimony. We're building and some things so that we can share with you all, the world, that guess what, it is possible that these things happen. And guess what, it's possible because guess what, we are believing for some things. We know that some things are happening. And so it doesn't matter if anybody joins us. It doesn't matter if, you know, it doesn't matter what it is. We're going to continue to do what it is that we have set in our plans to do. And so that's why we want to encourage you. We want to empower you guys to listen. Whatever it is that you are believing for, believe it. Don't allow negative influences or distractions to come to set you back. You know, you got to be consistent. Consistency is key. You got to be consistent in what it is that you are trying to do. And I'm telling you, the more consistent you are, the more you'll begin to see results.
So, in our belief, the body follows the mind, and the highest level of performance requires the deepest level of belief. So, elite performance wins in the mind first. So, as my wife said, we're in business. And what tends to happen is when things don't look like what people are familiar with, they have a hard time believing in something when it doesn't look like what they are used to.
That's good.
And so we have a business is that is basically on the lines of not being traditional because everybody's so focused on a job or so-called 9 to 5. A lot of our minds have been conditioned to think and look at things from the position of a consumer mentality versus an ownership mentality. And see, when our minds is in a different place, we don't see it the way someone else may see it, and it may not be seen or quickly grasped to that aspect. So when you were sharing earlier, it brought me back to this scripture in John 20:29, where it says, Jesus said unto him, have you believed because you have seen me? See, it's even because of it even goes back to our belief in God. We don't see him, but do we believe him? Then the Bible went on to say, blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. So it takes something when you can't see it to still believe in it and to still have a belief in the foundation of what it is capable and what it is able to do. Because when you have a strong belief, then your belief can take you to places and take you to areas of your life that you only thought or imagined. But you have to have a strong enough belief in something and use the vehicle, which is the system of the words and the power of what you say and what you speak in order to push you forward into where you desire to be.
Man, listen, it's just like, if you do not know this pastor, his name is Pastor Michael Todd. You can YouTube him. He has this series called Crazy Faith. And one of the things that he shares is, it's crazy until it happens. So as he was saying, you got to be able to believe it before you even get it. You got to envision yourself wherever it is. If that's debt free, or if that's getting a new car, getting a new house, if that's whatever that is for you, you got to already see yourself there. You already got to see yourself driving a new car. You already got to see yourself in a new house. You already got to see yourself living debt free. Like, you got to see it like, I don't owe no debt. And it'd be crazy until it happens. But guess what? You still got to have faith to know that it can happen. It can, and it will happen, because the Bible says, if you believe, and you will receive it. but you got to believe and have faith. So we're not trying to preach to y'all. We're just trying to get you to a place.
This is the foundation of this is just very it's in the word, y'all. So we wanted to come from a word standpoint of belief, because it also applies to every area of our life and our everyday situations. Even when it's on a natural level, we still have to utilize the principle of belief in order to get where we want to get. Set aside, set aside just saying we're preaching, or we just it deeply rooted in the word, but belief is a principle that anyone has to use, regardless of if you're spiritual or not spiritual. Belief is something that you must have in order to achieve or reach any level of success in anything. You must first believe that you are able to do it. And that's something that we all must possess. And we're sharing that because we want to help other people believe when it comes to their personal financial situations, that you have the ability and you have the power to change your situation, but you have to do something with it. You have to activate it. You have to utilize it, and you have to be able to grasp the information, the knowledge, and the understanding of certain things so that you can apply it, so that it can start working for you, and so that you can start seeing the change and the difference in what you are laying up for, not just yourself, but for those that are to follow you, or your family, or leaving a legacy, leaving something behind. That's why we're teaching our daughters now what we learned. I read a post. I'm sorry, I read a post today about teaching our children now things that we learned late, because there were some things that we simply did not know, or there's some things that we just simply were not taught. So now that you come to the knowledge and understanding of those things, you can change the path and the direction of those that may be following or coming after you. And I just want to, encourage you. We just want to encourage you all that, it's nothing wrong with trying things and pursuing things and opportunities that's going to help enhance you, that's going to help elevate you, that's going to help change you. It may not look like what you are used to. It may not look like what you think it should look like. And it may be something where, people feel like they have to do certain things. The one thing I like about what we do is that it works on various levels. You don't have to be great at it. You don't have to already know it. You don't already have to be good at it, but it's something that it develops you, and it allows you to become what you are seeking to become, and it enhances you and elevates you in your way of thinking. And when it comes to how you handle your personal finances, how you manage your personal finances, is helping us to have a different mindset and mind frame when it comes to money, and how money works, and how we are to not just work for it, but how we can turn it around so it can start working for us.
And you know what, that brings up two things. One of the things that one of our mentors shares is, if you can learn a thing, you can teach a thing. And so, like he said, it's not anything that you already have to have knowledge in, but if you can learn something, then guess what? You can begin to share something with somebody else. The other thing is, I smile because he began to start saying stuff that I was already getting ready to say. I kind of feel like whoever's watching, you may feel like you tried something like this, but guess what? You have to open up your mind to you have to have an open mindset to try something else. Maybe what you were in wasn't working. The friend of mine posted this. It says, sometimes people say it didn't work 100% of the time, but it wasn't that it didn't work. Maybe it was either you didn't work in it or it just wasn't working for you. And a lot of times that's what it is. It's not that something can't work. It's really a lot of times it's us not doing what we need to do, because guess what? Anything you do consistently will work. Facts. Anything you do consistently will work. It's just like if you start getting up out of the bed at 6 o'clock every day consistently, guess what? Eventually, you won't even need an alarm because your body will be so used to getting up, it will get up before the alarm goes off. How do I know that? Because I get up consistently every morning between 5:30 and 6 o'clock because my body is like clockwork. I've gotten used to getting up now. So now I can get up and I don't really need the alarm anymore. And so we have to be open to the fact that it may be something different. You have to put in work in order for something to work. I use this example a lot. You can't go to the bank and take out money if you haven't consistently been putting money in there. If you haven't been putting nothing in, guess what? You're not getting ready to get nothing out. And so we just want you to know that, yes, certain things may take time, but guess what? It's a process and it's a journey. And guess what? You get to learn through this process and journey so that, guess what? You can help someone else. And that's all we're here doing. We know that what it is that we're learning and what it is that we're going through is not only for us, it's for us to be able to help someone else.
Yes, so we want to present to our viewers and those that will tune in, whether you catch us here on the live or the replay, we want to share with you if any of this information has inspired you and you're looking for a change, you're looking for something different when it comes to getting your financial situation in order. I want to share with you something here, a little bit of information on what we do. A budget is for spending money. A financial plan is for growing money. And a tax plan is for keeping money. So all of those things we are here to help you with. We can help you to uh, be able to set a budget so that you know where your money's going. We can help you with a financial plan so you know what to do when you have that money so that it can grow for you, and we can help you when it comes to your tax plan so that you can keep more of your money. So if any of this information, as I said, you feel that could be beneficial for you and help you change the direction of your financial position, then click on, go to this link here, mycashflowlegacy.com. Send us put in your name and email. A short video will be shared about what it is that we do and how we have partnered with an amazing company that this is just a vehicle that we use. It's just like a school bus. A school bus is used to transport children from their current destination to their educational destination. And so we're just using My Econ as our school bus to be able to transport our current situation to a different destination so that we can be empowered, so that we can be educated, so that we can have the knowledge and the information that we need. And along with that comes strategies so that we can begin to see these changes begin to happen and take place within our own personal finances. So we just want to help you all, and whoever would like to get more information, definitely let us help you, let us partner with you, let us connect with you so that we can help you.
So yeah, you can do that again. Go to the website here. You can DM us, reach out to us somehow. And you know what? Before we go, we're going to actually share our testimony of how it the strategies and tools are already helping us. Now, we have been in my econ for a little over 2 years now, and guess what? We've been able to bring in an extra $200 into our household. Sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted. So yes, we've been able to bring an extra $200 into our household. We've been able to increase our credit scores, and guess what? We have paid off over $10,000 worth of debt, and guess what? We are still climbing, and through this, we've also been able to create ourselves a true emergency fund. Guys, it's so important, especially in the times that we are living in. If you do not have a plan B, if you don't have something that you own, guess what? You can find yourself in a world of trouble. And so that's why we are here. We are here, like we said, we promote hope. We are helping other people elevate. We want you to elevate. We don't want it just to be us. We want the people that we are reaching out to, anyone that's connected to us, to elevate. But guess what? We only want you to do that if you want to do that, because we can't make you. It's just like that old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And so we are here to help you and to provide that information for you. But guess what? You have to also participate. You got to take action in your rescue. So we hope that you enjoyed this live on tonight. And again, if you have any questions, you can comment on this video. You can direct message us, however, and get to us. We would love to hear from you. If you have any questions or comments, you can post those and we will be sure to get back to you. And we want to let you know we will be back here again next week, Wednesday evening. Guys, hopefully it's not too late for you guys. We just have so many things going on during the day, and we also got to make sure our kids are in the bed at a decent time.
Yes.
So we hope that you enjoyed it. We thank you again for tuning in. If you catch this on the replay, make sure you type replay, and we hope to catch you guys again on another live. So again, have a great evening, and we hope that you have a good night. All right.
Thanks for tuning in.
See you later.